Good morning, everybody. How about we all stand up, get invigorated, and sing some music? Or at least stand up. You guys ready? Greatly blessed, highly favored, imperfect but forgiven child of God. Greatly blessed and highly favored, imperfect but forgiven child of God. Greatly blessed and highly favored, imperfect but forgiven child of God. Greatly blessed and highly favored, imperfect but forgiven child of God. Standing upright on God's good earth, I count my blessings, great things He has done. Fighting a good fight with the blessed assurance that the battle's already won. Greatly blessed and highly favored, imperfect but forgiven child of God. Greatly blessed and highly favored, imperfect but forgiven child of God. Greatly blessed and highly favored, imperfect but forgiven child of God. Greatly blessed and highly favored, imperfect but forgiven child of God. Child of God, I'm a child of God. So we have a nice little surprise this morning. We brought in a special drummer all the way from Catonsville. Ryan Hagler sitting in on drums today for us. Woo!
Also, you might recognize him from, over here.
Yeah. He normally plays guitar for us, so if it sounds like a guitarist is playing on the drums, you'll know why.
Which is better than any of the rest of them playing.
Oh, yes, amen.
God, I'm running for your heart, I'm running for your heart, till I am a soul on fire. Lord, I'm longing for your ways, I'm waiting for the day when I am a soul on fire, till I am a soul on fire. Woo! soul on fire. Lord, restore the joy I had. When I wander, bring me back. In this darkness, lead me through, until all I see is you. God, I'm running for your heart. I'm running for your heart, till I am a soul on fire. Lord, I'm longing for your ways. I'm waiting for the day when I am a soul on fire. Till I am a soul on fire. Lord, let me burn for you again. Let me return to you again. Lord, let me burn for you again. And let me return to you again. God, I'm running for your heart. I'm running for your heart, till I am a soul on fire. Lord, I'm longing for your ways. I'm waiting for the day when I am a soul on fire. God, I'm running for your heart. I'm running for your heart, till I am a soul on fire. Till I am a soul on fire. Till I am a soul on fire. Everyone, please have a seat. Oh, this is the wonderful moment we all look forward to every week, where we have announcements. And normally we have this preacher who just runs up here, and he's very enthusiastic about giving you the announcements, telling you about every little bit of minutia. But you know what? I don't even see him this morning. So, do we have any important announcements for today?
We do. He said with enthusiasm. Let's see. One of the first ones is we've had a couple of deaths in our church family this week. One is Reverend Manning's sister. Is that right, Maxine?
Yes.
In Florida.
No, in Maryland.
In Maryland. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, Dave Williams passed away the day after Thanksgiving. His arrangements are on the app. They've also been emailed out, but they're Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday afternoon for the viewing, and Wednesday for the services. And then also Kim's father passed away over the weekend in Chicago. Those, I think, are rather important announcements. Everything else kind of pales in comparison. However, next week is the lock-in for the young ladies. Is that correct, Kim? God bless you. We will have Beacon Cafe on Thursday. This will be the first nearly fully in-house produced episode that we've done. And we're going to be doing a complete Advent series based on what each of the main characters were thinking. So this week will be Mary, and essentially we'll be discussing what do we think she might have been thinking at that time. And then we also have, I think that might be it that I know of. Yes. No youth group today. And that's all I have. You have anything else?
No. Let's go ahead and take this moment to turn around and stare at Kim.
The microphone, you know.
We did have a little glitch with the wreaths, so they aren't here today. They should be here next Sunday. So the Christmas wreath.
So everybody who ordered a Christmas wreath, be here next Sunday if you want it.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's all stand up, take a moment, and greet one another. Everybody, please stand up and join us for another song.
It's all in. Too loud? Good. No, that was good.
Almighty God, my Redeemer, my hiding place, my safe refuge. No other name like Jesus. No man can stand against you. My feet are planted on this rock, and I will not be shaken. My hope it comes from you alone, my Lord and my salvation. Your praise is always on my lips. Your word is living in my heart, and I will praise you with a new song. My soul will bless you, Lord. You fill my life with greater joy. Yes, I delight myself in you, and I will praise you with a new song. My soul will bless you, Lord. My feet are planted on this rock, and I will not be shaken. My hope it comes from you alone, my Lord and my salvation. Your praise is always on my lips. Your word is living in my heart, and I will praise you with a new song. My soul will bless you, Lord. You fill my life with greater joy. Yes, I delight myself in you, and I will praise you with a new song. My soul will bless you, Lord. When I am weak, you make me strong. When I'm poor, I know I'm rich, for in the power of your name, all things are possible. All things are possible. All things are possible. All things are possible. Your praise is always on my lips. Your word is living in my heart, and I will praise you with a new song. My soul will bless you, Lord. You fill my life with greater joy. Yes, I delight myself in you, and I will praise you with a new song. My soul will bless you, Lord. When I am weak, you make me strong. When I'm poor, I know I'm rich, for in the power of your name, all things are possible. 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 All things are possible.
Play it again. You'll be
Let the King of my heart be the mountain where I run, the fountain I drink from. Oh, he is my song. Let the King of my heart be the shadow where I hide, the ransom for my life. Oh, he is my song. You are good, good. Oh, 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 let the King of my heart always. Oh, he is my song. Let the King of my heart be the fire inside my veins, the echo of my days. Oh, he is my song. You are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, yes, you're good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you're never gonna let me down. 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 You are good, good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, you are good. That is holding on to me. You are good, good. Oh, you are good. When the night is holding on to me. You are good, good. Oh, you are good. You're good. Oh, you are good, good. Oh, when the night is holding on to me, God is holding on. When the night is holding on to me, God is holding on. Everyone, please have a seat.
Well, good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me all right? Okay. Before I get started, I just want to take a personal moment to, first of all, thank you for this past summer, for all your love, all your support during my incident with the leg. I'm doing very well. I'm about 80-90% back, so still have some work to do. I had my last therapy session on Tuesday because I think they'd like to keep you up forever. So I said, yeah, I can do this at home. Thank you. And also thank you everyone for your love and support for the news on my dad. I really appreciate it. It's very heartfelt. You guys are just amazing, and I'd also like, I don't know if Clark ever shared with you, but when I was in the hospital and then at home, and all the cards and all the support, and all of you acted the way God wanted you to act, to be a Christian, to help others, and to really live the light of God.
Can you move one foot towards me? That'll help.
Is that better? Okay. All right. So, good morning. It's a beautiful day. Quite a change from yesterday, and I'm very honored to share the message with you today. I actually did this message. I'm excited that you get to hear this. This is the one I did at First UMC in Laurel about a month ago. So today we're going to talk about broken. We're going to talk about who is your healer when you are broken. Okay, brace yourself. This is a little graphic. Here we go. So some of you may know I had an incident this summer. I fell and broke my ankle in 2 places and my tibia and my leg. But I'm going to return to this later because this morning we're going to talk about brokenness. So each morning and evening, like some of you may do, I watch the news. I find it important to know what is going on in the world and around me, but yet I am dismayed and heavy-hearted. Even more so, I'm broken-hearted. Because for all I hear on the news is heartache, violence, injustice, poverty, and the list goes on. I'm not sure if any of you feel like that when you watch it. There's so much brokenness in the world, it is difficult to see what is even whole or what is even good. But today I'm not going to address what is going on outside these walls. Today I'm going to talk about what's going on inside these walls. I'm going to talk about what is here in front of me. I'm going to talk about you. So let me ask you this. What is broken in your life? I'm not talking about your car, your furniture, your air conditioning. I'm not even talking about a bone or the internet. I'm talking about you. Take a moment and think about a time where someone or something has profoundly changed you. I'm talking about a time that hurt so deeply it has not healed and may have even become the emotional wound you can't recover from. Do you think about it daily? Do you think about it weekly, monthly, yearly, or do you think about it almost all the time? There are moments in our lives that marriages fail, loved one dies, addiction happens, or someone has inflicted pain physically, verbally, or sexually on you. Or it can even be loneliness and abandonment. These are the pivotal moments in our lives that can literally crack our souls and even break our hearts. So let me ask you this. How many of you have been broken? And how many of you are broken now? How has this left you? Are you still feeling lost? Are you feeling unworthy? Are you feeling of little or no value? And where is God in all of this? Do you feel He is to blame or even forgotten you? At Nichols-Bethel, we just finished a church-wide study on the real God. It was about how you see God and how God sees you. So in your brokenness, we are going to talk about how God sees you. We'll start here, since it may be that in your brokenness, you may not even see God right now. How do you feel God sees you? Let me tell you, God sees you as His perfect creation. He has created you from love, and out of love, He has created you to love you. We may see God at times as someone who is so great and so vast that we feel minute and small, that we are out of reach and we are lost in the crowd. So when we go through something that breaks us, we fall apart. We withdraw, not only from those who love us, friends, family, but sometimes even from God. The pain can be so great, so overbearing, we do not know how to reach out our hand. And sometimes when a hand is reached out to us, we do not even know how to take it. It leaves us frozen in time, even though the calendar pages keep flipping and flipping, and it can literally steal the joy out of our lives. So how do we deal with it? How do we heal? The answer is God. Plain and simple, God. I want you to repeat after me. We're going to say, God is with me and I am with God. God is with me and I am with God. One more time. God is with me and I am with God. A while back, I was going for a result of a test that I was scared of. As I was walking through the parking lot to the doctor's office, I started saying to myself, God is with me and I am with God. And I just repeated that and repeated that. And by saying that, peace and calm filled my heart. I'm happy to say the results were okay and I'm fine. In Isaiah 41:10, it says, So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So do not fear. I am with you. Do not be dismayed. Those are some very powerful words from God. God is our reassurance through all the valleys that we go through. He has been and always will be our constant in life, and He will not abandon you. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12, 9 through 10, Paul says, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness, and therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. And that is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. But when I am weak, then I am strong." So what do we often say when we are going through hardships? We sometimes say they have to be strong, or I have to be strong. Or another classic one I like is, "I'm fine." How many of you have been asked, "How are you?" and you say, "I'm fine"? Isn't that the biggest lie we tell each other every day? I'm fine. So how many of us respond we are suffering or doing horribly when we are asked how we are? We say we are fine because we don't want to appear weak and broken. We want to appear okay and maybe even perfect. No one likes being weak. Weakness means we are vulnerable. And how many of us like being vulnerable? I know I don't. And how many of us admit that being weak is being strong? To admit this doesn't make the problems go away, and this is what we want. We want for the pain and the anguish and all the worries, all the burdens, we want it to all go away. And when we are broken, we just want to put on a Band-Aid on a hemorrhaging wound and pretend it's going to be all right. Weakness means we need to be healed. But that is exactly what Paul is saying. Turn to Jesus. But how can weakness be for God's glory? I tell you, my friends, when we are weak and vulnerable, there are no walls or barriers to push God away. It is in these moments we are reaching out our hands. It is in these moments we need to seek love, support, and answers. But as I mentioned earlier, some of us feel so broken and worthless that we cannot fathom healing. The wounds are so deep that healing seems impossible, let alone being whole again. So in Isaiah 64:8 it says, "Yet you, Lord, are our Father. We are the clay, you are the potter. We are all the work of your hand." So now, I want you to imagine going into a store that sells pottery. There are endless amounts of vases, bowls, etc. Some pieces may be similar, but ultimately they're all different, right? But they are all beautiful in their own right. Now, envision you are a piece of that pottery. God has made you into this perfect and unique piece of art. Now imagine life happens, right? Because life always happens, right? Amen? Circumstances cause little stones to be thrown at you. Sometimes cracks will happen, but you still hold it together. But sometimes multiple cracks will eventually cause you to break. And sometimes just one significant stone can break you with one throw. Now, imagine you are now laying there in pieces, broken. Some of you are lying in a few pieces, and some of you are lying there completely shattered. So what is your worth now? There's a Japanese practice called kintsukuroi. It is an art of fixing broken pottery. What is so amazing is that they fix pottery with pure gold. Gold, which is the most precious metal on earth. And now imagine you are the broken pottery. Started off beautiful and with value, but through the cracks and the breaks, you feel broken and unworthy. But how would you feel if someone could put you back together? And not with just super glue, but with gold. Now, is your value greater than when you were whole? Did your value increase through your brokenness? And this is what God does. Our worth doesn't decrease with him. In fact, it increases. Jesus went to the cross with a broken body, as broken as it can be, shy of death. And he did this out of love for us. He did not shy away from the brokenhearted, from the disheartened and the disenfranchised. He saw through all of it and saw their value. Jesus deliberately sought them out. He deliberately seeks us out. He physically healed many, but in the end, didn't he heal us all? And in that final act of love, he became the greatest healer. When I broke my ankle and leg, I was in the hospital for 9 days with 2 surgeries. The second surgery put 2 small plates in my ankle and 1 long plate the length of my shin and my right leg. Screws hold everything together, and people often ask me if they'll ever be taken out. And truthfully, the answer is no. And honestly, I actually feel more safe and secure having them in. So you see, through my physical brokenness, I was actually made stronger. Sometimes I look at my scars, I feel a little ugly, I feel imperfect, and then I ask my husband if, ladies, you know this line, he still loves me, he still loves me. And like a smart man, married for over 26 years, he says, he loves me no matter my flaws. But so does God. So does God. Before I conclude, I want to read you this really neat poem I found that goes with what we're talking about today. It's called The Old Violin, the Touch of the Master's Hand. And it goes like this. 'Twas battered and scarred, and the auctioneer thought it hardly worth his while to waste his time on the old violin. But he held it up with a smile. What am I bid, good people, he cried. Who starts the bidding for me? $1, $1, do I hear 2? $2, who makes it 3? $3 once, $3 twice, going for 3. But no, from the room far back, a gray, bearded man came forward and picked up the bow. Then wiping the dust from the old violin and tightening up the strings, he played a melody so pure and sweet. As sweet as the angel sings, the music ceased, and the auctioneer, with a voice that was quiet and low, now said, What now am I bid for this old violin? As he held it aloft with its bow, 1,000, 1,000, do I hear 2? 2,000, who makes it 3? 3,000 once, 3,000 twice, going and gone, said he. The audience cheered, but some of them cried, We just don't understand what changed its worth. Swift came the reply, the touch of the master's hand. And many a man with a life out of tune, all battered and bruised with hardship, is auctioned cheap to a thoughtless crowd, much like that old violin. A message of pottage, a glass of wine, a game, and he travels on. He's going once, he's going twice, he is going and almost gone. But the master comes, and the foolish crowd never can quite understand the worth of a soul and the change that is wrought by the touch of the master's hand. So as I conclude, just remember this. God still loves you. God loves us through it all. Not just some of it, not just during our good times, our happy times, but our painful times, our sad times, and even our times we are in pieces. Our value in God's eyes is priceless. When we are in pain and our hearts are in turmoil, let God be your healer, because in him you will find the peace to fill your heart and heal your brokenness. Amen. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kim. One of the advantages of being broken is it gives us an opportunity to bear witness and tell how God has helped us through that brokenness. One of the advantages of this service is we have the opportunity, at least once a week, to spend some time in prayer together. It's called corporate prayer, and that's a good thing. So as you're led, lift any prayers, concerns, joys, praises this morning?
I just want to raise the voice, the name of Staff Sergeant Frank Donaldson, 30-year veteran of Maryland Highway National Guard, who was death about 2 weeks ago in Salisbury. He was a good soldier.
That's for Frank Donaldson?
Yes.
Frank Donaldson.
Frank Donaldson.
And I have a praise and a prayer. I want to praise God that my girlfriend Jillian finished her chemo, and I want to ask for His strength to get her through radiation.
Jillian has finished her treatments, and we need continued strength.
My parents' dearest friends in Dallas, Texas, she has breast cancer and they give her about 2 weeks to 2 months. And her husband, who's had a LVAD heart procedure done a couple months ago, he just had a stroke and a heart attack. And so both of them are only expected to live. And these are, 67-year-old people, and it's quite shocking.
Continued prayers.
My mother had a home accident. Patient over the doctor
Prayers for your mother.
Prayers for my family, my granddaughter. She found out yesterday my grandpa passed away, and he's in a better place now. He's no longer here.
Prayers for my friend Josh as he juggles between starting chemotherapy and trying to finish college.
Okay, for Josh, as he's going through treatments, as he's trying to finish college.
Last week I gave praise that my dog Jade had no sign of cancer going on her mouth, but this last Friday she had the growth on her lip removed, so she is okay right now. So just prayers for her recovery.
Prayers for the family's pets recovery. Amen.
She is broken.
That's right.
Just praise for a successful event for the United Methodist Women yesterday. We came out in the rain. We went to Pennsylvania. We saw all the Christmas lights, and we just had a wonderful opportunity to fellowship together. Praise the Lord.
Praises for another successful United Methodist Women's event.
Prayers for a worker, Jessie, as she's battling cancer.
Prayers for Jessie as she continues her battle. The other part of corporate prayer is we have an opportunity to pray together all at one time. We can pray the prayer that Jesus himself taught us. Our Father,
everybody, why don't we, what will we do right now? What will we do? we're gonna give our tithes and offerings right now as we sing the next song. So they're gonna pass those baskets around, and when you're done passing the baskets, stand up and join us.
In the eye of the storm, you remain in control. In the middle of the war, you guard my soul. You alone are the anchor when my sails are torn. Your love surrounds me in the eye of the storm. When the solid ground is falling out from underneath my feet, between the black skies and my red eyes, I can barely see. When I realize I've been sold out by my friends and my family, I can feel the rain reminding me. In the eye of the storm, you remain in control. In the middle of the war, you guard my soul. You alone are the anchor when my sails are torn. Your love surrounds me in the eye of the storm. When my hopes and dreams are far from me and I'm running out of May, I see the future I picture slowly fade away. And when the tears of pain and heartache are pouring down my face, I find my peace in Jesus' name. In the eye of the storm, you remain in control. In the middle of the war, you guard my soul. You alone are the anchor when my sails are torn. Your love surrounds me in the eye of the storm. Did my best, now I'm scared to death that we might lose everything. And when a sickness takes my child away and there's nothing I can do, my only hope is to trust you. I trust you, Lord, in the eye of the storm. You remain in control, yes you do. In the middle of the war, you guard my soul. You alone are the anchor when my sails are torn. Your love surrounds me in the eye of the storm. You remain in control, yes you do. In the middle of the war, you guard my soul. You alone are the anchor when my sails are torn. Your love surrounds me in the eye of the storm.
test to see if you all were listening. You all passed. All right, one last song, folks.
Put your hand in the hand of the man who filled the water. Put your hand in the hand of the man who calmed the sea. Take a look at yourself and you can look at others differently by putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. Every time I look into the whole book, I want to tremble. When I read about the part where the carpenter cleared the temple, for the buyers and the sellers were no different fellows than what I profess to be. And it causes me shame to know we're not the people we should be.
So put your hand in the hand of the man who stilled the water. Put your
Hand in the hand of the man who calmed the sea. Take a look at yourself and you can look at others differently by putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee.
My mama taught me how to pray before I reached the age of 7. And she said,
There'll come a time when there'll probably be room in heaven.
and I'm feeling kind of guilty about the number of times to do what we must do. But we forgot what he said when we figured that it's
Still make room. Put your hand in the hand of the man who stilled the water. Put your hand in the hand of the man who calmed the sea. Take a look at yourself and you can look at others differently. Putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee.
So put your hand in the hand of the man who stilled the water.
Still the water.
Put your hand in the hand of the man who calmed the sea.
Take a look at yourself and you can look at others differently by putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. By putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee.
Hey, everybody, go home and have a great week.
It's for excitement.